All right, so our next topic that we'll talk about is data quality. According to the blue reference guide that it's called the DMBOK, data should be fit for a purpose. It should meet the requirements of its authors, users, and administrators. And they also lay out these 9 dimensions of data quality. In order to move forward with a data quality initiative, you should first set up a formal data quality reporting process. So in the Lean Startup, Eric Ries talks about the importance of asking why 5 times in order to reach the root cause of a problem. That exercise is relevant to investigating data quality issues and conducting root cause remediation. Second, you might consider data literacy training for all of the data owners, as well as anybody who's going to be accessing data throughout the organization. So this includes the business endpoints, people who are working in maybe an administrative capacity, etc. Third, a significant number of data quality issues stem from a lack of quality metadata, and that's especially true in the era of data lakes. So it's possible that data is loaded into a storage system and then it gets lost due to poor quality metadata tags. So efforts to create a data catalog could be useful to resolve this challenge. Okay, and that's data quality. So now we've talked about 2 of the 6 areas that we'd like to get through today. Any questions on the content so far?
Anyone? Any questions? I'm checking also the chat. Looks like we are good. So Nico, I have a question. So yeah, so I'm trying to understand also, again, as data scientists, so what are our roles and how we can help in this whole thing? I think definitely if your data quality is not good, your machine learning model will not be able to do a great job. Or if it takes for you a lot of time to get access to the data and organize it, right? So it will be still affect your performance also. But even in organizations, let's say well-established organizations, let's say we have someone like chief data officer, we have data engineers, we have program officers to be able to handle the data quality and stuff. But still we have issues. So how you would basically give feedback, or do you have any idea how you can start the conversation? Or
Yeah,
is it the
it's
role of the
tough.
data scientist?
Yeah, it's really tough because it's really hard to be working somewhere and trying to be pointing out problems in a proactive way. And honestly, the risk is it might lead to you doing more work in the short term, trying to get this stuff resolved. But hopefully in the long term, it makes your models better. It will speed up the data pipeline so you have access to the right information at the right time. But yeah, in the short term, you might be saying hey, we don't have a data quality remediation process. Let's get that started. If we have Microsoft Forms, do we need to, do we need to set up a form where people have a link to go to if they run across problems? Or, if your SQL queries are running really slowly, maybe you need to approach your data engineer about setting up a data warehouse and using indexing and partitioning and all the tools to group data so your queries will run faster. And it's more work in the short term to take on these burdens because they're not your data. It's not sklearn, putting things into a pipeline or finding the next Hugging Face model you're going to use, whatever. So it's different, and that it depends. It totally depends on the circumstances and your organization, what the next steps are, what conversations need to be had.
Can I quickly follow up? How likely do you think in an organization right now, especially for an entry level position, that we
Mhm.
will have a whole team of data, we will have a fully equipped data team, based on your observation? There's no
Yeah,
such a thing,
no,
right?
yeah, it might be helpful to brush up on SQL, is all I'm saying.
Right.
Yes, knowing more SQL is never going to fail you. That's always a good skills to develop.
I don't know whether you were in the you were not in the Cian's talk, but Cian also like just like invest on SQL. Like you would never like basically regret to invest on SQL skills.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Thank you.
glad. All right. Cool. So that's data governance and data quality.